All right, I am recording you now. Hello, Mariah. Hope you're enjoying your wonderful vacation. Not that I'm bitter at all. What shape do we usually use with law of signs? What kind of triangle? A right triangle is used for regular SOHCAHTOA, and law of signs works with any triangle. So it does not have to be a right triangle. So for any triangle, remember, SOHCAHTOA only works with right triangles, but law of signs work with any triangle. The sine of angle A, they usually use the capital letter for the angle. So this will be a little a on the bottom. Is equal to the sine of big B over little b is equal to the sine of big C over little c. You don't have to have all three. In fact, you almost always have just two of them that you're using, depending on what you decide to do. But it's just saying that all the sides could be related to each other if you want them to be. Example 1. We're going to do 3 whole examples today. Tough, 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 tough. Okay. Supposed to be a straight line there, but got away from me. This one is 81.8 degrees. This side is 42.9 centimeters. This one is 32 degrees. So I need you to find all the other sides and angles. We're going to do this one together. Everybody have their calculator? Okay, what should we do first?
You can finish the interior angles.
Right, they add up to 180, so in my calculator I'm taking 180, and I'm subtracting 32, and then subtracting another 81.8. And I got about 66.2. Is this a right triangle? Nope. Also, it doesn't look like I even drew it to scale, does it? I mean, that doesn't look like almost 90 degrees, but it is what it is. Okay, now does everybody understand why we can't use SOHCAHTOA right now? Because there's not a right triangle. What else can you only use with right triangles? The Pythagorean theorem. So we can't use the Pythagorean theorem on this guy either. But we can do law of signs. So I'm going to call this side, I don't know, side B. We'll call this side C. Looks like I have this one. So I need a ratio that's already intact. So I'm going to start with the sine of 32 over the opposite side, 42.9. So when it's A and A, those are always opposite sides. Little b, this would be big B right here. This would be little a, big A, and big C. So that equals, if I'm trying to find out what this side B is, would be the sine of 66.2 over little b. Then what? Cross multiply. So you're going to take 42.9 times the sine of 66.2 equals b times sine of 32. And then you're going to divide by the sine of 32 on both sides to get b by itself. Remember that you actually have to figure out what the sine of 66.2 is and the sine of 32 is. I saw a kid once who did this. Look up. They were like, well, I'm going to cross out the word SIN on top here and the word SIN down there. And then I'll just take 42.9 times 66.2. But that is the sine of 66.2. It's like they're together. Okay? So you can't just cancel one out or that word out. So make sure your mode right now is in degrees, not radians. And then take 42.9 times the sine of 66.2, and then divide by the sine of 32. Now, my picture isn't quite to scale, but I got 74.07. Did you guys get the same thing? Centimeters. Is that a reasonable length for that side? What don't you get?
She didn't change it.
Oh, okay. It's okay. So, does this make sense that if this side is about 42, this side would be about 74? Sure. What would be a ridiculously stupid answer? 1. 58,000, or a negative number, would be very stupid. Can we all agree that a negative number has no place in a triangle, a real triangle? Or 58,000 compared to this, or 1. So if you're in radians, you might end up with an answer like 0.5. And then you're probably going to go, wait a minute. You know, like hopefully you do, and not just write down 0.5. That's exactly what it is, obviously. I mean, if this side's 42, this side's just 0.5. So, you know, try to focus on that. Now, can we use Pythagorean theorem to find the last side? No, we've got to do this again. But you can pick whichever 2 sides you want. You don't have to pick, don't pick all 3. That's a waste of time. So what do you want to do? The A's and the C's, or the B's and the C's? B's and the C's? So that would be the sine of what? 66.2 over 74.07, which is what we just found out, equals, what should I write over here? Sine of 81.8 over little c. Cross multiply and solve. I got 80.13. Now, my picture isn't very good. But here's something I can guarantee you on. Everybody look up. 32 degrees here, right? This one says 42.9. See how that's the smallest angle in the triangle? It should be across from the smallest side. And the largest angle of the triangle should be across from the largest side, because they're proportional. Okay? Everybody good on this? Beautiful. You want to do one? Let's do one that is a story problem.
Oh.
My goodness.
All of us were like, it's a story problem, we're not doing it.
What happened?
One of the tutor kids had a story problem.
The 7th grade math class.
None of us
All
could
are
figure it
struggling with their math.
Okay,
So
and
we're retaking their test, and we're all their tutors. And
And we
it's
also-
rough because they're all word problems.
out. And
Okay.
none of us knew how to
Yes.
do them.
none of you knew how to do any of the 7th grade math work. Wait, are we
It was
exaggerating?
No, we're being
Are we
a thousand-
exaggerating as in like at least one of you knows how to do one of them?
No.
You're saying that every single one of my pre-calc students don't know how to do any,
It's
and we're
just
not exaggerating.
It's
I
like
just
worded
really
in
don't
a
answer
weird
word problems.
way.
Okay,
where
so did you just quit without reading it?
I didn't read it, I
It's
just
like
let Lily give up.
percentages.
Okay,
It's like, it's percentages, but
Yeah.
it's like they're all worded in a weird way and set up weird,
Really
to where you don't know what to do,
You know,
like where to start, basically.
what was
Yeah.
the thing again? It was like, this guy runs jumps 195% longer than his height. He jumps this far, what's his
97
height?
point what, something, what's his height?
Like none of us could.
We don't remember how to do that.
okay, all right.
These poor tutor kids are getting nothing.
Yeah.
let's just say that I was 62.5 inches tall, which I am. And that is 100% of my height. And if I said, hey guys, I'm gonna jump twice my height. Yeah, right. But let's just say